Dragon Ball Super Dope. Welcome in. My name's Kyle. I got Feds with me right now. Feds, what's up? Yo.
What's going on?
How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How you doing?
I'm doing well, except that we have to do this emergency patch job right now because here's how it went down. Saturday, I got together with a couple of the Super Dope fam.
Oh, yeah?
Yep. Jimmy and Jean-Claude Mini Van Dan. And what I didn't know about Jimmy was that he had a Christmas party to attend during the day. And he arrived pretty banged up. About 7:30.
No way. What a coincidence.
And let's just say it was a difficult podcast to try to navigate. And I wasn't.
Way. What a coincidence.
I mean, I wasn't on my A game to begin with. All right, that deserves to be said. I'm fucking beat, dude. Admittedly, I'm not on my A game for this thing Saturday. And I got Dan, whose aunt come over, and Jimmy, who I don't know. I guess I've watched Jimmy drink a lot of beers over the years. I guess he was at least 12 beers deep before he showed up.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a great time regardless. I mean, once I decided that I needed to give up trying to make a podcast happen, we had a really fun time.
That's good.
Man, there was some pains in there. Plus we had a little technical issue where we did like the most coherent 10 minutes of the podcast that we recorded where we talked about Dragon Ball stuff. It stopped.
Oh.
Recording kicked off. Yeah, some sound issue. So that was annoying.
Yeah, that sounds annoying.
But here's the deal. That's why I wanted to make an episode here. So this is what we're going to do. December 21st, okay? This is like half the reason why I wanted to try to do an episode was to plug this whole idea. Super Dope Christmas Party this coming Saturday, December the 21st.
It's Christmas, y'all.
It's Christmas, y'all. And if you have listened to the past Super Dope Christmas episodes, you know it can be a really fun time. This year is shaping up to be a bit of a fuck show. Don't know what's going to happen with it, but you know what? I want to invite you to witness the fuck show. So if you want to get invited, why don't you drop me a line, dbsuperdope@gmail.com, and we will send you the information to take part in the party. All right? Sounds a little cryptic. Email me. I'll get you the info. Anyway, if you want to go on a little bit more about the party and how you can take part, yeah, send us an email. dbsuperdope@gmail.com.
Come party with us, guys.
It's going to be a good time. Live interaction is always fun. Anyway, now what you're about to hear is I think we recorded for about 90 minutes the other night.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
And there's various portions of me where I just go radio silent and I just like audibly give up. As audible as that can be when it's expressed by silence. So I don't know. I decided in the middle of it, I was thinking, I'm like, yeah, I don't have the time to edit this. This is going to be a mess. We're not getting anything done. And I decided, you know what? Patreon exclusive. So if you want to hear the uncut fuck show, patreon.com/Dragon Ball Super Dope.
With all the radio silence you can handle.
I mean, it's radio silence from me, but like Jimmy and Dan are like, Kyle, hey, Kyle, you all right? Kyle, you going to read that thing about Dragon Ball? What happened? Are you mad at us? Like shit like that the whole time. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. I do lose it on Jimmy quite a few times. It's just like the good old days of Dragon Ball Super Dope that you don't get to hear on public feed anymore because, fuck you. So you can go check that out there. Dan implored me to make it public. I don't know. I don't know about that. But I think there's at least like 10 to 15 minutes of serviceable shit in there. Okay, so I'm going to try to cut it in. But before we do, we have a real possibility when we do the Christmas episode on Saturday to wake up to news of Dragon Ball Super returning. All right, it's a real possibility this weekend, people. We could be getting Christmas a few days early. Yes, I'm aware I said the same thing pretty much 52 weeks ago, almost to the day, about Festa being the potential announcement of the return of Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball has got 2 different days, Saturday and Sunday, with I think 4 different panels throughout each of the days. Some of those panels are going to include things like Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Some of them are going to include things about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. But there are some things that we don't know what they're going to be about. We don't know what the specific subject matter is about, but we know that Moscow Nozawa is going to be there, and we know that Ryu Horikawa is going to be there. You don't bring out those two treasures of Japan without it being a real serious event, okay? I'm really hopeful that we get the return of Dragon Ball Super. It's supposed to be 10:30 a.m. Japanese time, which is, I believe, 13 hours ahead of us. So I don't know. Does that mean we'll get it Friday night? Maybe late Friday night.
Yeah.
Oh, does that mean I got to stay glued to my computer Friday night? I'm going to see Star Wars Friday night. What if the news drops while I'm in Star Wars?
It probably will.
Might. But you know
I
what?
think it would be like, I don't know. I thought it was like really early morning, like 3-4 o'clock in the morning.
No, they're like 12 to 13 hours ahead of us, depending on daylight savings time. Yeah. But we'll see what happens. Maybe Friday night, early Saturday morning, we could be getting some good news on the return of Dragon Ball Super. So be on the lookout for that. Now, witness a very truncated version of me trying to talk to Jimmy and Dan about how excited I am about that. Here you go. Dragon Ball Super I got Jimmy and Dan here with me. What's up? Dragon Ball Super Dope. Thanks for checking this out. Make sure you rate and subscribe. Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, all the places
Satisfaction.
where the podcasts live. I got Jimmy and Dan here today. I don't know what the fuck I was thinking about with this pairing, but you know what? Good things will happen.
They come in 2s or 3s. I don't know.
Is it 2s or 3s?
I don't know.
You gotta pick one or the other.
I have good luck with 4s and 5s.
5s and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Every week we've been doing the My Hero Academia episodes because we've actually got stuff for us to be able to. That's why I stopped it.
Whole song.
Yeah.
Whole song was getting me.
That's why I stopped it.
It was so good.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
You seem sad.
I need a minute.
You all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So, each week for the last, 6-7 weeks, we've been doing the My Hero Academia episodes, which, regular material to talk about each week, but we've been trying to throw Dragon Ball stuff in there when we can. Today, the last one we did was the unpopular opinions one. That seemed to be a popular episode. Like that shit. So we got some good feedback from that one. So much to the point where I think I'd like to start doing unpopular Dragon Ball opinions. Maybe we start to do a more segmented show in terms of like more traditional radio bits, and we do unpopular Dragon Ball segments maybe once a week. But
That'd be pretty cool.
in the meantime, we had some good reception of that show. I wanted to make sure we put out this other one because me and Jimmy did that unpopular Dragon Ball stuff. 2 days later, the news about Johnny Young Bosch taking over as the voice actor for Broly came out.
Ooh.
And I'm like, shit, figures I'm getting ready to post an episode right now. And this news just broke 2 hours ago. So, super dope. Want to make sure that we talk about that.
Super dope.
Want to make sure we talk about that a little bit. But before we get there, December 21st, super dope Christmas party. I'm going to be here because I somehow subject myself to this once a fucking week. I don't know why. I don't know how, but I do. Jimmy, he'll be here. Dan, says he'll be here. Says. That's what I said. Who else? Feds will be here. And then maybe we got a couple extra special guests. Maybe we got some other people coming through. It's gonna have to be. So you have to tune in and see. We got some of the regulars at least. Me, James, Feds, Dan, 4 of us clown shoes will be here. So Christmas next week. We're not gonna do this Toriyama interview. What else? Jump Fest is next week. That's the thing. All right. So I said this to you guys earlier.
I get to go?
To Jump Festa in Japan next week.
Yeah.
December 21st and 22nd.
Yeah.
We got you a press pass. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Get your passport ready, Bart Simpson.
You're our insider.
Passport.
So Jump Fest is next week. There's a very real possibility that while the Christmas party's going on, we might get. Well, actually, let me rephrase, because before I started breaking it down and started working out the times, the morning of the Christmas party, we could have news that Dragon Ball Super's coming back.
Oh, shit.
We could wake up on Saturday the 21st to news that Super's coming back
Merry fucking Christmas.
a couple days early.
It should.
Now, there's also another day on the 22nd. There is a fucking weird amount of Dragon Ball shit going on. Some of it is unknown. Some of it revolves around Super Dragon Ball Heroes. Some of it revolves around Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
We haven't had Heroes in a while either.
Nope. We are waiting on Heroes. They were supposed to have an episode out early December, but that did not pan out. I don't know why. Who the fuck knows? I personally think they're going to release it to coincide with Jump Festa that weekend and have Dragon Ball maintain like the news cycle for that week or whatever leading into Christmas. But now that I just said that exact sentence, I'm pretty sure that I said that exact sentence about a year ago when Jump Festa 2018 happened. So they did not have this much allocated time just for Dragon Ball last year. That's for sure. This is 2 different days this year, 21st and 22nd. I imagine Saturday is the bigger day of the two. So I hope Saturday morning when we wake up, when we're getting ready for the super dope Christmas party on the 21st, that we've got some fucking reason to celebrate that Saturday. I guess we'll see what happens. You guys want to do this AT interview?
Yeah, that seemed interesting.
We're going to look at the Akira Toriyama interview that I found in a Shonen Jump that I picked up at a random-ass comic book store out in the middle of nowhere today. Found an old Shonen Jump from 2006, and it's got Akira Toriyama allegedly's top 10 Dragon Ball fights in it. I haven't read it yet. Could be terrible. Hopefully it's not. But we'll read it together. I'll read it to you. Story time.
Story time with Uncle Kai.
Cool. Down with that. Uncle Kyle's way better than Cousin Kyle.
Cousin Kyle. Sounds creepier.
You want to be everyone's uncle or everyone's cousin? Uncle.
Don't you already have an Uncle Kyle?
Nope. You do.
Yeah. He's terrible.
I know. I know.
Go there about it.
Yeah, let's not. Interview with Akira Toriyama. Shonen Jump says, your first manga, Dr. Slump, is being published in English. What is your message for English language fans who have read Dragon Ball but not Dr. Slump? What should they expect? Ooh, this is an interesting question for me. You're really doing Dr. Slump? Ha ha ha. Toriyama doesn't give a shit about things, okay? He does not like the things that we like that he makes.
He's an OG.
It's so Japanese.
Triple OG.
I wonder if some of the jokes will translate. And it's such a silly manga, but I love creating silly manga. That's my specialty. Please read it. Hell of a pitch.
Yeah.
So Shonen Jump. What techniques or programs do you use for your computer coloring of your recent color art? I don't really give a shit about that one. So next, Shonen Jump. The Dragon Ball characters have been adapted into video games using 3D art. Do you have any interest in using 3D art in your manga? What do you think of cell shading? I don't fucking care about that question either. If you do,
what did he say?
He said, yes, I am interested, and I'd love to try it. But at my age, I'm an old fuck. It would be difficult to try and learn it. So I'm thinking if my kids learn it,
Seems about right.
they could teach me. And yes, if you're striving to have a manga quality in the animation, then cell shading is the way to go. Have you ever worked directly on animation? I have wanted to, but the work level seems huge, so I haven't. I can see that writing a story for animation looks like a lot of fun, but not drawing the individual in animation cells. I certainly can draw as well. I certainly can draw as well as the animators. All right. Ooh.
Ooh.
He sounded like he got a little salty.
Yeah, he's like, listen, just because I don't want to do it doesn't mean I can't.
Yeah.
In the past few years, you've done some short stories for Weekly Shonen Jump in Japan, including some with the character Nekomajin. Can you explain his origin? You guys know Nekomajin?
No.
Nekomajin is, I've never read it, but the character design itself kind of looks like a Boo, obviously, esque character. But the main reason that Nekomajin ties into what's going on in Dragon Ball now, because that's where you meet Jocko and the Intergalactic Patrol.
Yeah.
I believe that's where you also meet. Actually, no, maybe that's
Baby Fart McKeezax.
Yeah, Baby Fart McKeezax. And all the space money. See, that's like the ones. It's like the. Is that what it's called? Space money?
Yeah.
Space bucks.
Space cash.
Space cash.
Mexico's been building a lot of water parks lately.
Nekomajin, can you explain? I have a cat, and I use my cat as a model. I thought of the character Kuririn from Dragon Ball, and then I further added comical elements. Do you own a lot of pets? Yes, including lots of fish and turtles.
Imagine if it was just yes. That was it.
Or it was like, yes, I also have another cat.
Today, when you draw a short story manga, do you draw it all in a few days in one intensive burst of energy, like when you were doing a weekly manga, or do you draw it more leisurely and slowly, a few hours a day or less, over a longer period of time? Bear in mind, dudes, this article came out in July of 2006, and this is the translated Shonen Jump to America. That who the fuck put this out back in the day? Was it Viz? I don't even know. It might have just been SJ, I guess. I don't think anyone helped import. It might have just been SJ. Oh no, it is Viz. See, yeah, Viz Media on the spine. Might be. Let's see. I really want to work on it a lot of the time. This meaning his manga, back to Toriyama's fucking answers. I really want to work on it a lot of the time, and I try, but for some reason, my arm just doesn't work until it's 3 days prior to a deadline. So he's a procrastinating motherfucking piece of shit like I am. Cool. And I always regret it every single time. My hand starts to ache, and I'm not able to sleep, and I just stay up all night. Good for you, Toriyama. You still just fucking procrastinating. You got it. When you drew a children's book, Toshio the Angel. Nope, next. If Dragon Ball's Goku had not been part monkey, is there any other animal that you would have used to create your main character?
Aardvark.
Good guess. Dan?
Chimera.
What the fuck is a chimera?
Fuck is a chimera?
That's not a real animal.
Okay,
Use an animal.
Okay. All right.
As high as giraffe pussy.
A cat.
I pick a duck. I didn't actually intend Goku to be based on an animal per se. In the beginning, he was just a human being, but I was being told by my editor at the time that he didn't look appealing or make a strong impression. I sort of wanted an ordinary person, but it wasn't approved, so I gave him a tail. I'm just trying not to laugh at the fact that my pick was a duck.
Yo, last week, it was fucking raining out. I was driving, and I literally saw a duck just walking down the sidewalk. And the funniest part was, like, he wasn't going nowhere. He was just down on Main Street, walking on the sidewalk.
Looking for some drugs.
No, dude, he was just chilling. He was walking down the sidewalk.
Ducks don't always do drugs, Dan.
Well, dude, just you're walking down on Main Street.
He looked over and tried to walk towards the road for a minute, and then a car went by, and he was like, nah, I'll just keep going on the sidewalk.
He's like, nah, fuck a car.
He's finally got
I couldn't stop laughing
yeah.
about it, dude. This fucking duck.
Pretty soon he'll be using a crosswalk.
Walking down
Speaking
the
of
sidewalk.
ducks, in the beginning of Dragon Ball, there are many animal-headed people, panda people, crocodile people, cow people, cat people, etc.
I've never seen
Duck people?
cow people.
I didn't see no duck people. I think
I've never seen a cow person. I've seen cat people.
in
and
the
dog
background.
people.
Yeah.
But by the end of the series, there are almost no animal-headed people. Oh my God! They actually asked him about this. I was wondering about this just the other day.
Yeah, but the president's still a dog.
Was this a result of the increasing seriousness of the story? That's not why all the animal furries went away, Akira Toriyama? It could be the seriousness, but it's probably that I'd forgotten by the end to include them. In the beginning, I was
What a
still
piece
working
of
under
shit.
the after effects of Dr. Slump. So basically, he just says, I came out of Dr. Slump, and there was a lot of weird shit like that in Dr. Slump, and I just included it in Dragon Ball until I didn't include it in Dragon Ball because I forgot that I included it in the beginning of Dragon Ball.
But he kept the president or the king or whatever as a dog.
Yeah, probably because
the
editors
dog
can't. Yo, you remember
president.
this time that you
Is
had
it
I guarantee you there was a conversation one day where Toriyama's editors were like, all right, yeah, that's fine that there's really no more, animal humans running around, but you do remember that the king of the world is a dog, man, right?
It was a dog, right?
He's like, I did what?
dude, he still kept that because in
No,
the
he
recent,
did.
Yeah.
in the
Because the-
recent movie.
because
Because
the
he's
edit-
a fucking professional.
No, because his
He's
fucking
not gonna eliminate the fucking dog president of
King.
the world just because he's more into humans these days. No, he's gonna fucking keep the dog president. All right, he's a fucking professional.
What new was it in the new movie?
I don't think-
I
I
just
don't think that-
recently saw him.
I don't think the dog president king dude is in any of the new movies at all. I don't think he's in Dragon Ball Super at all.
No,
No,
he's
there's
not.
something that I watched where he was like, "Oh."
I think he's in the
what's
Cell
that?
games at a certain point.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they recall
there
him
was
as
Cell
and,
games.
and you have a scene of him recalling Goku as the boy in orange or
Yeah,
whatever.
yep, okay.
That's the latest. And there might be another one. I
I
don't
recently
know.
just watched that saga.
I don't
so-
know if there's another later sighting of him off the top of my head, but I believe that's and that's the first time in a long fucking time you see him.
Yeah.
Definitely the first time in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
anyway,
That's a throwback. Cause
Toriyama forgot.
yeah,
Shonen Jump. Several readers have asked if Namekians are plants. Of course, based on their names, they seem to be slugs, but they are green. They have a strange method of reproduction, and they live on water. Toriyama says, that's a tough question. I thought of Piccolo first, and I wanted to draw him as a scary character, and it was only afterwards that I had to come up with this species. True, Piccolo King Diccolo Paimon.
So he made
of course
Piccolo, and then
Piccolo
pulled
was
the rest
first. He was a fucking demon.
Well, yeah, he was the Demon King, and then he's like, all right, now I have to fucking fit him into this sci-fi element. That whole Dragon Ball Z ruined the
Yeah.
essence of Dragon Ball thing that we talked about in the unpopular opinion shit. That's like some of the most no shit things ever.
Yeah.
Toriyama saying, well, I came up with Piccolo and then I had to give him a species is also one of those no
of it. That was
shit
a
things.
major
Yeah.
course correction. That was
What,
a,
Pick?
No, Piccolo, yeah, when in Dragon Ball, because he was the Demon King, and then
I mean, he was the
in Dragon Ball
reincarnated
Z, they were
Demon
like,
King.
no, he
Exactly
was an
what he's
alien
saying
that
in this
crash
fucking
landed to
thing.
Earth. And
He had to
didn't know
fucking
what it was.
justify
No,
Piccolo.
Because
per-
Kami never knew he was an alien until they fucking heard about.
I guess. Yeah, now
Yeah.
when you put the Kami thing into it,
Yeah,
yeah.
they never. They when they crash landed, they didn't know anything about.
There's a
fucking-
reason for that, though.
Namek.
Some memory loss or some
But
shit.
it was a smooth.
Yeah.
It was a smooth retcon, kinda in a way.
I mean, it was about as
Sure.
smooth as fucking Goku being an alien. It's like, oh, that's why he's so fucking stupid strong.
Well, it's the Superman effect.
Anyway,
He had a tail. We didn't even suspect it.
anyway, that's a tough question. I thought of Piccolo first. I wanted to draw him as a scary character. It was only afterwards that I had to come up with his species. Since they have antennae, antennae, I thought they looked like slugs. So Namekian is a play on words, but I didn't think too deeply about it. The word for slug in Japanese is Namekuji. So Namekian versus Namekuji, slug. I don't think they're plants, but they may be hermaphrodites.
Yeah, how many girl Namekians do you see?
Yeah.
They fuck themselves. They're
They don't need to.
asexual.
They
Some of 'em
fucking
are even
spit
bisexual.
eggs. We've seen Piccolo do it, but the fact that Shonen Jump in
You
2006.
seen Piccolo dick down a girl?
No. I've seen them spit out eggs. I don't mean
Yeah.
cum semen. I mean literally from their mouth spit their reproductive
Wait,
reproduction.
there hasn't ever been a female Namekian.
No, ever.
They're asexual.
Hey, that'd be a cool like.
That's like the definition of a hermaphrodite.
And then before we wrap this fuck show of a thing up today, if you check this out today,
You can get a full episode out of this, dude.
Fuck yeah. You could put a fucking Frito in a burrito and sell it for $1.39. And you know what? Every day, motherfuckers be going to Taco Bell for the Frito burrito.
You could put a hot dog in a pita pocket
I wouldn't go
and
that
do
far.
exactly what he
The
just said.
fucking hot dogs out of here.
So the Shonen Jump team in 2006 or whatever, is that what it is? 2006? July
Yeah.
2006.
You said it a bunch.
Alongside of their Akira Toriyama interview, they also broke down their top 10 Dragon Ball Z fights.
Oh.
So I wanted to run down that list with you guys real
Yep.
quick.
That was a good one.
Number 10, Super Gotenks versus Boo.
Ooh, I like it.
I think it's also interesting that they still spell Boo in this magazine, B-O-O. Remember back in the day when it... No, you don't. I remember back in the day when they spelled Boo with O's instead of U's.
I bet you nobody listening is going to guess what number 1 is, unless they're really a diehard.
All right, I don't know what number 1 is either. I haven't looked ahead.
I do. I read ahead. And it
Oh,
was kind
you
of so-
fucking piece of garbage. All right, so that means
Oh,
that...
because you said, hey, mark the fucking pages, so I started reading them.
All right,
And
so
the first thing you did was look at number 1.
you know
I
what
did.
it is. You
You're
know what it is.
shellfish.
I don't. Jimmy doesn't. Jimmy, what's your guess for number 1?
Ooh.
It's in. It says all
For-
Dragon Ball, right?
Of number 1, Frieza.
Like Dragon Ball Z and Dragon.
It's
It's
a
Dragon
Frieza
Ball
fight.
and Dragon
Yeah.
Ball Z.
So we just had a long cutoff of about 8 minutes, 10 minutes almost, of me reading off this goddamn list. Jimmy's guess was obviously Goku v Frieza at number 1. And I don't know if I gave you my guess or not, but if I did, it was wrong.
and now it's tainted.
Yep.
Because you already fucking know.
I do know now, but you know what's magical about this? You don't fucking know,
Yeah.
asshole. So I'm going
I've
to give you the
never
fucking
known.
recap of the list. I'm not going to read all the recaps, so I'm going to give you the 10, all right? Number 10, Super Gotenks versus Boo. I pointed it out before. I'll point it
Solid.
out again.
Solid fight.
In this magazine, they spell Boo, B-O-O, not the U-U. Number 9, Son Gohan versus Cell, the travesty. How is this not closer to the number 1 spot? Number 9, are y'all serious? That's whack. Number 8, Vegeta and Trunks versus Cell. Who is to blame in that one? Vegeta or Krillin? Obviously Vegeta, because Vegeta makes the fucking decision before Krillin does in that decision-making tree.
Yep.
Number 7, Vegeta, Kuririn, and Gohan versus Recoome. Recoome in this magazine is spelled R-E-A-C-O-O-M. Thought it was just worth pointing out. Number 6, Kuririn, Gohan, Yajirobe, and Goku versus Vegeta. That's number 6. So looking at this,
That's pretty epic.
actually, it's almost perfectly. At least 10 through 6, all of them work backwards chronologically.
Yeah.
So from the Boo arc at number 10, number 9 is the end of the Cell arc. Number 8 is the middle of the Cell arc. And number 7 is the beginning of the Frieza arc. Not even Frieza yet. Number 6 is Vegeta. So maybe Frieza's in that top spot, like you said. Number
He
5,
should be.
Tenshinhan, Chaozu, Piccolo, Kuririn, and Gohan versus Nappa. So yet another step back chronologically in terms of the storyline. Number 4, Goku and Piccolo versus Raditz.
Yeah, because that's so epic.
That was a brutal fight.
Special beam cannon.
My point is, guys, they keep moving backwards further and further in the story.
So what's the fucking original fight?
Top
it's
3.
Goku versus Piccolo.
Number 3. This was my original pick now that I've seen it on the list
Did
again.
you guess what the first one is yet?
He
Yeah.
already guessed that it was Goku and Frieza. That's his pick.
Yeah, but
Oh,
my
yeah.
new guess is Goku versus Piccolo.
Well, that was my original guess.
Really?
Yes. The third, they say here the third time. For some reason in my brain, I'm thinking it's the second time. No, it is the third time because he fights him old, then he fights him young, then he fights him reincarnated. But again, even this, number 4 is Goku Piccolo versus Raditz. Number 3 is Goku and Piccolo the third time. That's like the last fight of Dragon Ball. Number 2, Goku versus Tenshinhan. The fight fucking before Piccolo. Like, could the Shonen Jump staff have fucking illustrated a clearer way to say that Toriyama has gotten worse and worse with age? Like, literally, that's all this list says to me. It's like, number 10, fucking Super Boo versus Gotenks, a pretty good fight, but meh. Number 10, watch what happens when we get to number 1. So, number 1, originally the pick was, for you, Goku v Frieza, then you change it to Goku v Piccolo. It's not, because we know that it's number 3. Number 1 on this Shonen Jump list.
Is it
compiled-
fucking Piccolo and Goku?
No, it's not.
Is it Master Roshi and Goku?
Be more specific.
the original fight. What's Master Roshi call himself? Something. He doesn't.
Not Jackie Chan, but
Jackie Chun.
Yeah.
No. Jackie Chun versus Goku is number one on the list.
number one is Goku
Oh.
versus Jackie Chun.
So yeah, that's it. That's a real in all the way to the beginning.
I mean, it is one of the most iconic fights in Dragon Ball history. I mean, the fucking moon gets blown up, dude.
Yeah.
We see an Azoro transformation in the middle of a battle for the first time. Like, there's some crazy shit that happens.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, man. But, like, there is no clearer way for this list to illustrate. Fuck you, old man Toriyama. Young man Toriyama is where it's at.
Fuck you, Toriyama.
For real. Oh. All right, so I hope you enjoyed that. I don't know I don't know where it cut off, but I assume probably not in a very logical place. I assure you it just evolves from there, and that you got the most cohesive, coherent part of what we recorded out of 90 minutes the other day. I love you, Dan. I love you, Jimmy. Good job. Except Jimmy, please don't show up 12 beers deep ever again. If you guys want to be part of the Christmas party on Saturday the 21st, email us dvsuperdope@gmail.com and get your invitation. All right, thank you. Subscribe, rate, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, all the places where the podcasts live. Federico, thanks for helping me duct tape this bullshit together.
No problem, man.
Na 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 na.